Welcome to this installment of my favorite Pokemon. In this installment, I'll be talking about the Fairy type and my favorite Fairy type Pokemon. Just as a disclaimer, this has nothing to do with the competitive scene, it has nothing to do with Smogon, it has nothing to do with overused, underused, metagame, whatever. This video solely has to do with my favorite Pokemon. That having been said, the first Pokemon on the list is going to be Gardevoir. Gardevoir is originally from Gen 3, and if you've seen any of my other Pokevids, you know I like Gen 3 Pokemon. Gardevoir, it's pre-evolved form of Ralts and Kirlia, and, itself as well. It's based off the Ginkgo leaf. And Ralts itself kind of looks like Beth from the Oblongs. But being based off the Ginkgo leaf, having to do with, the memory aspect is great for a Psychic type. Even though it's not a Grass type, but that's okay. It's a princess, who cares? I mean, I did use it as a Psychic type, solely as a Psychic type way back when, but it was just kind of like, I liked Alakazam, and the two were very comparable to each other, and there was no reason to choose one over the other than I was already pretty much set with Alakazam, for non-legendary Psychics. But Gardevoir is a fairy. Gardevoir got a new lease on life. I'm not saying people did not use Gardevoir. It is an awesome special attack Pokemon. But, like I said, there's always other choices, but having that fairy type there, it opens up a lot of opportunities for Gardevoir. And I just felt like a fairy princess makes a lot of sense. Considering that it has a knight that would protect it, Gallade. But yeah, I always kind of liked Gardevoir just a little bit more than Gallade. And I don't know, I mean, yes, it is green, which is my favorite color, but I don't know, I just always had a soft spot for it, and now that it is a fairy type, it gains a little bit more esteem for me. Togekiss too. Togekiss, coming from Togetic and Togepi, which were just kind of oh, all that hype through the original anime for this, new Pokemon that has appeared, this egg that Misty has. But Togekiss is actually very, very powerful. You wouldn't expect a Pokemon based off a dove, the symbol of peace, to be something that could sweep your opponent. You wouldn't expect Togekiss to be anything, more than what it was, but Togekiss proved to be a very powerful Pokemon, and retconning it into a fairy type was a really nice touch. Sylveon, which is the flagship fairy type Pokemon for Gen 6, a lot of people were trying to figure out if it was going to be a normal type, because there is, throughout the Pokemon games, usually the item that enhances a normal type move will be a silk scarf, or I believe there was a bow that you could use in Gold and Silver. There wasn't really anything to make you think it was going to be a new type, and then they announced that it is the fairy type, which is one of our newest type. And I just really like Sylveon, because it's only going to be one of the few Pokemon that you're actually going to have to spend a lot of time with in the Pokeami. How can I put this? When you're in battle, it actually will look back at you, it will do, it's more prominent in Sun and Moon because you have the opportunity to Pokeami your Pokemon more often, cleaning them up and giving them treats. So you'll have your Pokemon looking back at you more often, but for Sylveon, it was probably going to be the only one that would do this with you. Then next is Dedenne. Dedenne is an electric fairy type. Dedenne is the Pika clone for, Gen 6, but Dedenne I kind of liked. I kind of liked it because I liked Hamtaro. I liked it because it had a lot of silly moves, like Nuzzle, for example, that, it would just cutely, it's such an unsuspecting move. It's not very strong, but it can paralyze. And it's just oh, that little thing did that? That's kind of how I felt about Dedenne. Plus, imagine Dedenne going up against a Garchomp and potentially winning just because it's a fairy type. It's a very real thing. Ribombee. Ribombee is another fairy type that was very unsuspecting. You looked at it and you're oh, this Maya the Bee looking thing. It's not going to affect me. Oh, but it can. It can. Dealing with Cutiefly is one thing, but then having to deal with Ribombee, oh, no. Ribombee is very tough. Ribombee is fast and it has a lot of special attack. If anything, it has one of the higher special attacks in the 7th generation. It's one of probably the highlight Pokemon from Pokemon Sun and Moon. So Ribombee was like a sleeper, like you didn't expect it to be. And it's one of the key examples of how you can't judge a Pokemon by its cover. Confey, as a defensive tank that can constantly restore its health with its triage ability. I liked Confey from the start. I didn't think it was going to be a Pokemon I was going to want to use, but it was one that I definitely wanted to pursue getting. I just liked the flower ring. I liked that, you know, it was a lay. They didn't really, like, I wouldn't have thought a Pokemon could be, you know, based off of something like, it's a thing that they put around your neck when you get off the plane to go to Hawaii. I was really not expecting a Pokemon from that, but I immediately liked Confey as soon as I saw it. Let me know about your favorite fairy-type Pokemon in the comment section below. Make sure to give this video a like, do subscribe, and check out my other videos in the right-hand column. As always, thank you for watching.